Welcome to 54 Nights RV. This year we are taking our biggest adventure yet.
Journey across the American West and into the breathtaking Pacific Northwest.
From the rugged beauty of Arizona's deserts
to the towering forests of Washington and Oregon.
Along the way, we'll explore legendary national parks, hidden gems, historic sites, and a few unexpected surprises.
Whether you're an RVer, an adventurer, or just love seeing new places, join us for unforgettable landscapes, helpful travel tips, and plenty of memories on the road. Subscribe and ride along.
The adventure is now.
Oh. Okay, hang on.
She tells me to hang on because she's on the phone. If I wait till she's not playing on the phone.
I'm editing a picture of my dove. So there. Now are you sorry?
No, I am so not sorry, but I am so happy to finally be on the road. It's funny that I say that because we're actually leaving 2 weeks earlier than what was initially planned last fall. And then we bumped it up a week where we made a reservation in Grand Canyon for next week. And now we bumped it up another week. And we have in the, just like Anthony Bourdain, we have no reservations. Only we're still alive. He's kind of not.
I hope we stay alive.
We don't have any reservations tonight. We're going to stop at a rest area, or as Texas likes to call them, a safety stop. In Texas, you can stay for up to 24 hours at one of these safety stops. You can stay overnight at in a lot of states. There are several states that, you know, you've got like a time limit you can be there. I don't know if there's an elf or a goblin at the entrance of the rest area, you know, checking you off, writing down your plate number. I'm pretty sure Alabama is one of those states I believe you can't stay overnight in. And we have. So the goblin was taking the night off.
Yeah.
I think I could be totally wrong. It may be in one of the other states down there. But anyway, Oklahoma got rid of all but 4 of their rest areas, or 8, I guess.
That's how they handled it.
They shut them all down except for the ones at the borders. Texas has quite a few safety stops. Some of them really done up nice, like a regular rest area with the bathrooms, and you know, some of them have Wi-Fi in them, just really nice. They encourage you, if you are too tired to drive, please do us all a favor, pull over and take a break.
Just awesome.
And like, wow. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like about Texas, but that's not one of them.
Yeah, and it's welcoming. You want to drive through Texas because you know you'll have a comfortable.
So that's our plan tonight. We're heading down to New Mexico. So our plan tonight is to stay at one of the safety stops. The first one that we usually stay at, we're going to be there at 4 o'clock. I'm not staying at a rest area overnight at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll continue on to the next one. The windiest rest stop. Well, I don't know. I guess there's a couple in New Mexico we've stopped at that were windy. Don't you think?
This one's probably the one that's consistently.
Yeah. Every time we stop here, it's the Gray County safety stop. It's near McLean, Texas, in the Panhandle. Every time we stop here, you open up that door and the door tries to fly out of your hand. So, and really, it's gorgeous out here. But I mean, just talking about Oklahoma shutting down their rest stops, there is one place to stop between our house near Oklahoma City and the Texas border. Then there's one right across the Texas border, which I would have stopped at, but we were kind of, the traffic situation, I couldn't get over to pull off over there. So this one is about 50 miles inside Texas.
This one feels like the start of vacation, though.
It does feel like the start of vacation. She is right. We usually stay the night here, but like I said earlier, it's 4:30 right now. Too early to start. Maybe it's not too early, because we could sit here and watch TV, you know, and do nothing for a couple hours before we went to sleep. But it's only a couple hours to the next one, so
this one's really nice, but it is a noisy one.
it is noisy.
At night.
We're gonna head off to the next one. Maybe stay there.
Sounds good.
Good morning. We stayed at a rest area just north of Abernathy, Texas last night. I like to get up in the morning when we stay at these rest areas and make sure all the connections are still good. Make sure the bikes are still here. I mean, they're locked up, but let's be real, those locks are only there to keep people honest. To keep honest people honest, I suppose. That's pretty darn flat out here. And it smells like cattle country. You take that however you want. We're going to be heading into Las Cruces, New Mexico this morning. About 7 or 8 hour drive, probably. Couldn't get into Alamogordo. A little late on getting a reservation out there. And there's places out there we could probably dry camp, boondock, however you want to put it. We kind of like our comforts. I mean, we will be dry camping at the Grand Canyon, and we enjoy that. We really do. It's just this morning we kind of want our comforts. One of our brilliant subscribers built a Google map. I don't know if you guys have done this. I've done it with places where we have stayed. My Maps Google, or my Google Maps, something like that. But they built this map that has an endless resource of campgrounds on it, seriously. And there are plenty of places just on looking at those maps where we could find us a spot to hang out for a few days for nothing, on BLM land or Forest Service land. We are at the beginning of this trip, and I'm kind of ready to settle in at a campground and just start this big journey. I do enjoy staying, you know, without having to pay anybody, you know, staying at this rest area, for example. I enjoy doing that, but I also like to sit up at a campground, hook up, no worries, and just get things settled. Later, we will be staying at the Grand Canyon. We will be dry camping there and thoroughly enjoy it. I really do. But this morning, we're heading to New Mexico to stay at a KOA. Couldn't get any state parks. I mean, it's a weekend coming up, so finding a place to stay on the road, on the fly, a little challenging, not impossible. We may not get the, like in this example, we didn't get where we exactly wanted, but we got a place. So this morning we hit the road. I gotta stop, get some fuel, and then drive for endless miles and miles and miles and miles. Yeah, that was White Sands, New Mexico. Look at all that white sand up there. Yeah, we'll be back here. We gotta head on into Las Cruces, whatever, and set up camp. But Colorado's state laws on staying overnight at parking or at rest areas says no, you can't do it. But unlike other places that discourage you, they don't have a time limit. Like Pennsylvania or Massachusetts, one of those eastern states has like a two hour or a 4 hour limit that you can stay there. Colorado doesn't have that limit, so then you're kind of left with what is the definition of overnight. So there are different states with different laws, and a good resource is Road Trippers has an article on it. You Google it and you come up with a whole host of different articles covering the subject. But back to Colorado, one of the articles I read said that since they don't define, being parked at the rest area too long, because they're open 24 hours, since they don't define the length of time that is too long,
Leave it up to interpretation?
It leaves it up to interpretation, and law enforcement has been hesitant to enforce it for a couple of reasons. One of them being they really don't want you on the road if you're fatigued.
Yeah, look at the kid up the top there.
Go into the park, it's more fun.
Yeah, but you probably can't do that. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. And you have to imagine that's the case in a lot of places. But check these articles out. Even check the DOT websites for the different states if you're going to believe you're going to be staying overnight at a rest area. They're noisy.
Yeah.
It's
a little smelly too.
It's
just from fumes, diesel fumes.
I mean, you got the noise of the highway because you're obviously right off the highway, and then you have the truckers coming in and out. They don't stop driving just because it gets dark, and they'll be coming in and out. And then you have the ones that are staying there for the night and leaving their rigs running to keep themselves cool. So I believe in some state it's actually illegal to do that. Can't remember which state it is. To idle your rig.
Really?
Yeah. So it is noisy. Wear earplugs. Fire up a fan. Whatever. It's
Noise machine on your phone. There's noise
Yeah.
machine apps, by the
Yeah.
way, like white noise.
I mean, there's ways to kind of drown out that noise was something that might be a little bit more pleasant. And it's a free night. Works great when you're en route to your destination, which we were.
And there's some places that are off the highway and they're quiet. That one
Oh
place.
yeah, no, we saw a spot. We were going through Paladura Canyon, not the state park part of it, but through the canyon, and we come up on the other side of it, and there was a pullout right there that would have been just.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're on a highway where. Did we even see another vehicle on that highway while we were there?
We had the guy that waved, two of them. We saw two.
Okay.
But the guy that
Yeah.
waved at us, which made it feel like we were in some rural little neighborhood or
Yeah,
something.
and as a matter of fact, I was right near that pullout.
Yeah, it was.
So if you get off the interstate and back into some of these back highways, there, especially in Texas, there's going to be places to pull over. And this trip that we've made through New Mexico, there wasn't a whole lot of opportunities for us to pull over and stop. And we were on like Highway 82, now we're on 70, so. She likes the free stops.
I do.
I got no complaints about the free stops, but tonight we're staying at a campground just to get in the mood.
Well, we also kind of got to open up the slides and.
Yeah, we heard. We haven't seen, but we heard as we were going over the mountains, going down into the valley that White Sands is in. We heard a bag of chips
Yep.
pop.
Yep.
So we got to figure out which bag of chips that is. So
Which bag of
those are-
chips we're going to be eating first?
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to head in. We're about less than an hour away from the KOA we're staying at. And just sit up and relax and enjoy this epic journey we're taking through the Southwest and up into the Pacific Northwest. We'll catch y'all down the trail.